Hello there.
Morning, Vietnam!
And welcome to Toy Me, Toy You, episode 27. Lee, you made it.
I'm here! Hiya! Whee!
Awesome.
How you all doing?
Just back in time from TF Nation. You can tell us all about it later. And we're joined this evening by the very lovely Rudy Zizou.
Hey.
And the Cosmic Toy Man himself, Gareth. Welcome to the show.
The less lovely.
All right. We're going to kick things off with a big old Toy Me, Lee.
Toy you, Dave.
And we'll get on with it. So what are we going to do tonight? Our discussion, which is Mr. Rudy Zizou's suggestion, which is a very good one, is going to be our Saturday morning memories. What were Saturday mornings like for us when we were young, and how have they informed our toy buying these days, and all of that kind of shenanigans. And in Pick Your Own, we're going to be picking the best modern update toys. So a modern update of an older toy. And we'll also have a selection of our pickups and some news. So let's get right into that. First of all, a bit of toy news for you. That's not it. Remove that one. There we go. That's the news. First of all, Mezco Toys 112 Collective Superman with Crypto, which is obviously a 112 scale figure. And he is going to set you back about £105, which is pricey. What do we think of this one? Any fans?
Well, it's a Superman, isn't it?
I think it's quite nice, but it's a lot of money.
It's a lot
I'm
of
not
money.
sure it's £105 nice.
I do like the Mezco 112 figures, but I do find them to be massively overpriced.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
not
did.
a Superman fan.
I did enjoy this movie. I think I'll go and see it again. I thought it was a good movie. And I thought David Corran Sweater Superman did a really good job.
He wasn't
And
in that film.
that's not a terrible likeness. Not perfect, but it's not terrible either. And it's quite a nice looking figure. And he comes with Crypto, the dog, a mischievous little pup that he is, various heads, and a bunch of different hands. That's too many accessories for my liking.
It's a lot
I
of
I don't like too many accessories. They just end up in a box under the bed.
That's 6. So he's got the the 2 hands that come with the figure, and then another 5. Wow.
I think the ones that are on the figure might be the ones on the right.
Yeah, they look like the figures.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's
So,
5's
yeah.
still a lot.
It is a lot. And 5
Oh, yeah.
heads as well.
Well, you know what they say, 5 heads are better than 1.
Hey!
Hey!
Where's the drum kit when you need it?
I've not got that sound effect yet. I'll get it. I'll work on it.
All right, and then Storm Arena Street Fighter Alpha 3 Dan. This looks awesome. I've no experience with the Storm Arena figures personally, but I've heard they're quite good. Anyone confirm or deny that rumor?
No.
I've got Storm Collectible. Is this the same company?
It is, but this is their cheaper line. So this is.
Brilliant.
30
I'd
quid.
still be getting that anyway because I love the character of Dan.
I love Dan.
Is it?
I'm not a big Street Fighter fan or one-on-one fighting game fan altogether, really. The reason I love Dan is because of Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo on the Sega
Nice.
Saturn. And he was basically the guy who trained you in that. And at the end of the game, he came out as the final boss. And it's a puzzle combat game. And then Akuma runs in and knocks him out and takes over as the final boss. And so those two characters really stick in my mind. So the Jada toys are doing an Akuma, which they've revealed previously, which I would like to get. And this Dan looks really good, and I'll probably pick him up as well. And that'll be it for me for Street Fighter figures.
Until the next rave.
There's a nice back view of him. You can see he's got a nice ponytail on him. I do like the salmon attire that he's wearing. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this character at all.
He's one of those joke characters, isn't he? He's not a good fighter or something.
Yeah, he's a bit of a silly character. at least he is in Puzzle Fighter.
So yeah, he
Um,
debuted in Alpha or Zero, as it's known in Japan, and he has really basic Ryu Ken moves. They're kind of like that. So his Hadouken doesn't travel; it just goes a little bit, and he does like 6 different taunts, which do no damage. But yeah, he's quite the character. And then in later years, they kind of nerfed him and then made him really, really strong, and everybody used him in like competitive battles. Yeah, he's quite the enigma of a character.
and there's the close-up. That's a nice face. I do like
Yeah,
that.
that was really cool. I'm all in for that one.
Yeah. So I think come payday, I'll be dropping a pre-order on that one.
This looks good.
Yeah, this
And
looks
then,
incredible.
yeah, Beast Kingdom, Batman Returns, Dynamic 8 cushion. How are you supposed to say that? Action
Really?
Heroes, DA8,
Really?
135p, Penguin.
Cat.
Boom. Yeah, so
Boom cat. Yeah.
These
oh,
are
we've got a
18
visitor.
Boom.
Hello, Cat.
Penguin and Catwoman in one.
Yeah, so I believe the 8's there because they're 8-inch scale. So that's 1/9, so slightly larger than your McFarlane's or your
That hat
Marvel
doesn't
Legends.
seem to sit right on his head, does it?
It is
looks
rather balanced.
Photoshopped on.
Yeah. Looks very good.
But, yeah, he looks really nice. £140 apparently. But these are expensive, these Beast Kingdom things.
I'll
Aren't they?
take 2 then.
I'm sure you will.
And return
Only
them.
2.
Yeah. Maybe get 2 to sell on.
I don't think so.
You know your buyers better than I do, Gareth.
I like the penguins. I think they're quite cool.
Yeah. There he
It's
is.
Good likeness, isn't it?
It is a good likeness. Very, very good.
I mean, the hair's far too clean, so is the outfit, but otherwise it's very nice.
I do like the trousers with the suspenders holding them up.
The
And
older
there
I
he
get,
is,
the more I need to
undressed.
And just in case you didn't like the trouser with the suspenders holding them up.
There he is in his long johns. And then, oh, what's this, Lee?
Oh, look at this. It's finally come around.
Can't go wrong with a Black Prime.
There you go.
Yeah. So here we have is the Missing Links Nemesis Prime. It's pretty much Optimus Prime, but in black. What can I say? What more can you say? It's just the one that I've been waiting for. I've been seeing a lot of negativity towards it because I think they're just sick of seeing this mold now. Not that it's a bad mold.
The mold that's been around for 40 years.
No, oh yeah, that mold as well. No, 'cause this is the fourth version of this mold now, isn't it? For Missing Link. Because you had the toon version and the toy version. They had Sentinel.
Well, they're going to milk it for all the money, aren't they?
And then this one.
They are.
I'm surprised this has taken as long as it has, if I'm entirely honest with you. And I dare say we'll see a Shattered Glass one before too long as well.
Oh, yeah, bounce, aren't you? You're going to see loads of it.
And I've got to admit, I'm quite tempted by this one myself. I'm quite tempted by it.
This is what I've been waiting for. I'm holding off getting the Missing Link because of this reason.
I'm just waiting for Sideswipe. That's all I care about.
You can't be that. You're not interested in Sunstreaker, Dave, or
No, I just want Sideswipe. I only want one Missing Link, and I'm
Not
waiting
even-
for
not even-
Sideswipe.
not even Gordon. It's a Lamborghini and a police car. That's like
No.
no.
I know, but they're pricey. I'm not going to go out and buy a bunch of them, am I? So, yeah, I'll wait and get Sideswipe, and that'll be enough for me.
I'm with Dave on that one. I'm only interested in getting RC.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
Indeed.
All right. See, Sideswipe's Corner agrees with me.
A little bit of bias there, maybe.
Well, there you go. I can see Rudy now.
All right.
That's better.
Oh, we've
Look at
changed the
that.
layout. Look
That's
at that now.
better.
All right. And then Spin Master 89 Batman movie retro Batmobile.
This
Here we
does
go.
look good.
In box. And there it is out of box. This does look decent. I've got the Spin Master Batwing that they did not long ago.
And this would go very nicely with it.
And yeah, this is the same sort of scale with a little 4-inch Batman figure that comes with it. So
The box is lovely. With that,
Yeah,
like,
it's so reminiscent, isn't it?
yeah, it hits.
let's go
Absolutely.
back, let you have a look.
It doesn't kind of look, 1989. It just looks homaging or kind of just
Yes. Yeah.
evocative, as opposed to being, oh, this is what it used to look like. No, I love stuff like that.
Well, the 89 was the one that was all gold with the black spots.
Hmm.
The little black, tiny little dots. To add some shading to the box. That's actually more akin to the Batman Returns toy packaging, I think, but it's still.
It's very
it works,
cool,
doesn't it? It really
Yeah.
works. It's nice.
Yeah, so this is up for pre-order in the US for $32. I haven't seen any UK suppliers yet, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'd like to have this to go with my Batwing, because why wouldn't I, really? It's the best version of Batman.
Spin Master.
So we'll see. Maybe I'll be able to get him. And there's the little figure. They're not the best figures, but it's the vehicle you buy it for.
Well, that's a standard 4 POA.
Yeah. And then Jada Toys Scooby-Doo. I think we've seen some convention pictures of the figures before, briefly, but these are in package now. So these are going to be up for pre-order for £28 each. And we've got Shaggy Rogers.
Raggy.
And there he is. Any interest in Scooby-Doo from the panel?
Not from
Do any of them glow in the dark?
Oh,
I
don't.
don't believe so, but it's an option.
Don't.
They could
Sorry,
go
Gareth,
there.
I was just gonna-
That t-shirt does look like it will glow.
They could do some limited editions of these that glow in the dark. And then
He's
they've got
gotta-
Reaper.
That's gotta glow in the dark.
No, that one doesn't. But I think they'll do a second wave. Well, a second release of them. They'll repurpose the molds for glow in the dark ones.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not going to bite the bullet on them.
And then Mummy of Anchor. That's
Yeah,
a
that's
nice
it.
looking mummy.
It's cool, is that?
And then Boss Fight Studios, Court of the Dead Wave 2, Demithile and Shard. So Demithile's this big scary one that's like death or something. $60, and then Shard's coming up in a bit and will be $45. So there you go. 2 different heads. So one's that kind of Grim Reaper head, and the other one's more embellished. I'm sure it's inspired by something, some sort of mythology with these, but I don't know what exactly. And he's got 3 arms. That's an interesting choice.
So yes.
2 or 4 I could see, but they've gone 3. So that's a bit different.
That.
2 on one side, 1 on the other.
Do you
And he's
reckon
got,
AI might have designed this?
20 fingers. And there's, all the bits. So you can see he's got his 3 arms, stands 7.25 inches tall.
So 1/12.
So he's 112, and he's a big guy, and he's got a sword, 3 spare hands for his 3 arms, an alternate head, and a scythe. And then this is Shard, some sort of female warrior character. She's got 3 different heads, and the hairstyles on all of them look quite cool. I think they've done
Only
a good
2
job with
arms.
these. Only 2 arms, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we've been a bit shortchanged on this one.
2 swords,
Legs or
a
something
sword,
like
a
that,
sword
shouldn't
for each arm, so that's good. There we go, and she's a bit shorter, 6'3", or 6 inches.
That's quite tall for a lady.
It is. She might have heels on. You never know.
Could-
Are they including the hair in the measurement as well? She's got a
It's
hair.
not exactly an Elvira hairstyle, is it?
No, but I think the hair's nicely done on those head
It is.
sculpts. I like that.
It is.
And the armor looks really cool.
They're good-looking figures. I just don't know anything about the property.
There we go. So that is the end of the news.
Woo.
All done. Right,
Lovely.
thank you. So, Lee, do you want to update us? Tell us a little bit about your experience at TF Nation briefly.
Got very, very drunk
Good times.
and bought a lot of bots. No, it was a cracking weekend. You know, caught with everyone.
It was a what weekend?
Cracking. You know.
You're cracking.
So I fell for that on dinner.
Other medicinal beverages
Now,
are.
now, are you allowed to show beverages on YouTube? Are we going to get in trouble?
If you can show sweets,
Come on, we've shown worse, Dave.
That is true, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it was a great weekend. I'll show off some of my pickups in a minute. We'll do pickups. But other than that, yeah, it's busy, very busy. So
I heard it was their biggest ever in terms of numbers.
yeah, it felt a lot busier than last year. And last year they said that was the most. But it's like usually by the end of the day, the trade hall gets a bit quieter, and it just didn't seem to get quiet. You know, just constantly.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. So let's go into the pickups and we can see what you've got.
Pickups.
Here we go. Right. Who's going to show their pickups first? Shall we invite one of our guests? What about you, Rudy? You've not been on for a bit.
So, just this week, I got Super Sevens Bluegrass, my favourite Silver Hawk out of the show. And there he is in all his guitar axe playing space glory. I've always been a huge Silverhawks fan, and this was the one that I really wanted to get. Don't get me wrong, the Copper Kid is really, really cool, but the idea that a guy goes into space wearing a cowboy hat and fights aliens with a guitar with music is super cool. And
That does look awesome.
And it comes with his bird. It's incredibly good. I'm a sucker for Super 7 figures, especially the Ultimates line. If you do want to see more of my pickups, please check out my channel and see my latest video, because then you'll see about 10 different things that I picked up over the last year.
Yes, I can confirm. I have watched said video and it is worth watching. Do it.
Well, not right now. Do it
Yeah, not right
All
now,
right.
Dave.
Is that all you've got to show us today, Rudy?
It is, yes.
All right, cool. Gareth, would you like to go next?
not particularly, but I can do if you like.
All right, we'll go on then.
There's not been much, to be fair, except, as you're aware, I did get this morning, and I'm not going to make you sit and look at all of them, but I got a few Hot Wheels because I nipped into Aldi.
Oh my! Just a few. Just a few diecast.
They just seem to have box after box after box of them that hadn't even been opened. So I was like, oh, squirreling away through them. I'll just show a couple of them.
Yeah, you've got 2 seconds on each.
Yeah. I'm going to hold off on that one because that's going to come into a later topic. That one could as well, actually. What have we got? A Pagani Utopia, which is a nice shiny metallic blue, and it was the colour that caught my eye on that one. No. That
Whoa,
one, because
whoa,
I remember
whoa.
seeing it in the streets when I was a kid. Mercedes Benz in a nice gunmetal grey. And the other two I will show you, and I'm going to leave it at that, is a Porsche 904 Carrera GTS in black. It's quite nice. I will be opening these up at some point. And a Ferrari 365 GTB4 Competition. Because you can't go wrong without, you need a Ferrari in your collection, don't you? And I think that might actually be the first since I started again. So, yeah, I'm not showing you anymore. That's it.
Cool. I'm sure we'll see some more on your channel at some point.
I can show you something that I picked up a couple of weeks ago, if you like. If you want to see something, something vintage. But there is a story to it. Are you in the mood for a story?
A short one, yeah.
It's a sad one. It's a sad one. It might set a bad tone.
Does it have a happy ending?
Oh god, it's not like
No.
Simon Bates,
No.
is it? From Radio 1 in the 80s.
A customer, he's been coming in for a few years. He asked me if I'd be interested in buying his collection. And I said, well, to be honest with you, I know you've already sold me quite a lot of it. I said, and what you've got left, I'm not really desperate for. And he said, well, I kind of need it to go because I'm going into a hospice in a couple of weeks. And there's nobody else I'd like to take it from me. So I felt a little bit back against the wall. And I went up to his house and I just gave him what he asked for. It is a sad story. He's been struggling with kidney problems. A lot of problems throughout his body, but kidneys are the one that's got to him. He's been on dialysis for 5 years and he's decided to go into a hospice, stop the treatment and just, end things on his terms. And I agreed to everything he asked. And there were these two things which he said one of them was his, which is this one. I'll show you. And he had it since he was 10. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to keep them because I like them anyway. I said, it'll always be a reminder to me of you when I look at them. And it's the Dennis Fisher, not Cyborg, is it? It's Mutant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's two of them. This one is his original. That one is another one that he picked up on eBay at some point. Now, sadly, maybe gladly for him, he's no longer with us. He passed on the 1st of August. And I did put a social media post out on Facebook, sort of like highlighting a little bit for him. And the reason I've done that as well is so that it comes up on my memories, just so that every year, because that's how Facebook works, isn't it? Every year it'll come up and I'll have a little drink or something for him and a little memory of him and everything. And yeah, that's why I wanted to share that one. So sorry, it's a sad start to the night, but he was actually quite pleased at the fact that I was going to keep them.
Yeah,
and I take a little bit of comfort in that as well, which is quite. There's not much you can do for someone, is there, when they're in a situation like that? So you just try and do whatever it is you can, I suppose. But I have to find a way of displaying them yet. They're still in the box that he sent them in. So I want them behind there at some point in one of these cabinets. So you'll get to see them as well. And that's it. Yeah. That is it now.
Yes. It's a sad story, but it's nice that you've got that keepsake, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, it's just that one thing. He seems to have a really good... It was a lovely fella. Really, really. Very dry sense of humour and very, very Yorkshire, as you'd expect from someone around here, old school. And he never had a bad word to say about anything. Through current times when all these films are coming out, it's a massive comic book nerd, massive comic book nerd. And obviously a lot of criticisms at the moment is these films aren't very good and everything. He would still look at the good points in them. He might agree that something's not very good, but he'd still point out everything that was good about it. He was a glass half full kind of guy, and that was nice.
Bless him.
Yeah.
How do we move on from that? Well, we move on with Buford sending you a lovely message. to say you're getting F all when
I'm
there you go.
sure. I'm sure. I don't even want that figure back that I signed for you.
All right. Shall I show my pickup next, and we can save Lee for last to see what he's got from TFN?
All right.
So I, because I wasn't at TFN, I treated myself to a few bits. I saw this on offer on In Demand Toys, so I thought I'd finally bite. Love my Transformers, love my Turtles, so of course I was interested in this. I just thought it was a little bit overpriced. It's the Party Wallop Transformers Turtles crossover. Oh, I do have in the Donatello configuration because best turtle, obviously. Yeah, this is a fun toy. He's a bit kibbly and stuff, but he's just fun. He's chunky. He's fun to transform, and he looks cool. And the party wagon mode looks spot on. So yeah,
it's very nice figure that.
And he has these extra bits. So this is the front of the party wagon. So he's a bit parts formery, but you can just put it on his chest and leave it there and have him with that as his chest in robot mode if you want. And then he has the bit that goes on the spoiler. Forgot the word for spoiler for a moment there. No one noticed, I'm sure, until I brought it up again. And that goes on there. But you can. It looks nice. It looks like kind of like a shell without it, but you could leave it on there if you wanted to, and then he wouldn't be a parts former because you could leave all the bits on. But yeah, fun little toy. Let's move on. Then I got Marvel Legends Namorita because I got a Marvel Legends Nova not long ago. I think that I showed that on the last show. Okay. So I thought I'll get a Namorita. This is not really the look that I'm familiar with the Namorita, but it's the only Marvel Legends version of her that's available, so I went for it, and it's a nice looking figure. She got the wings on her feet. She came with a spare set of hands that were just fists that were all red. Not really keen on those, so I'll just leave her like this. She's nice. I also got this Matchbox Ford Fiesta Mark II, which is nice. It's very plain coloured and stuff, but that does mean that they've been able to afford some budget to actually paint the lights on the back, which they don't always do. If they have a decal on the side, you don't get the lights on the front and back usually. So I prefer that to decals and no lights. That's a cute little car. But I think the highlight for me of my pickup this time around was this. This is from Boss Fight Studios from their Saurozoic Warriors line, and he's called Kolig Shipbreaker. And he's just a chunky.
What? It's called what?
Kolig Shipbreaker. That ship with a P.
All right.
Yes.
It's like Denver the Last Dinosaur.
He probably does break the other stuff as well. He's quite aggressive. Yeah. And he's a Brontosaurus Viking with vibrant colours that wouldn't have looked out of place in the shops when we were growing up by any means. He's very, very cool. He's got a nice heft to him, and he's got this nice axe accessory and a shield and a little crossbow, nice cape, and a nice texture to the skin, and a decent amount of paint on him, really detailed, and a decent amount of articulation. Not super articulated, but it's nice because it's not the kind of articulation that breaks up the sculpt and ruins the look. It's just enough articulation that you can get him into cool poses. And yeah, I'm really happy with him. Just a weird, cool figure. You know I like my weird stuff.
It looks like he'd fit in with the Turtles line, doesn't it?
Yeah, Turtles or Street Sharks or Bucky O'Hare, that sort of vibe. He's really cool. And on the box for him, because obviously he's not really from any fiction, they have given quite a lengthy bio on the back of the box, so you get a sense of who the character is and where he's from and what he's about and that sort of thing, which is quite cool. I appreciate that. And that's it for me for pickups.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, you break shit. So there you go. All right, Lee, what have you been picking up?
Right then. Brace yourselves. No, that's
I'm braced.
pickups. Yeah. So, first thing I picked up. First pick I picked up. Bit of a disappointment because I bought this last week to take to Fifth Nation with me to get signed by Scott McNeil, who did the voice of Piccolo in the Ocean Dub, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. So I hope he's whatever was wrong with him, I hope he gets well soon. But I got a Piccolo figure out of it from Dragon Ball Z Super. On the Friday, a friend of the show, Jinx Lena, presented me and everyone with this drawing that they did, which is a lovely piece of artwork with the RID Optimus, Raptrap, and Dinobot. Saturday, first thing I did when I got to the train hall, I went to Lucas Tees to get myself a lovely piece of artwork. Yeah. So that I could get signed by Neil Kaplan. As you can see, which is great. I also picked up a t-shirt with the same design. And then I picked up, I don't know who did this artwork because this was on Evan Michaels Lee's table. It's one of the things that you can get signed by him. And I got it signed. And you got a picture by the voice of Jazz from Transformers 1. First toys I picked up was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dinobots. Not Dinobots, Dinosaur.
They're not Transformers, Lee.
They're not Transformers, are they? I mean, it's just.
I went to TF Nation and the first thing I picked up was some dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. Well, yeah, I'm because I was looking at the new ones and the price I got for this, it worked out cheaper really, and it's the original ones, and the only thing's missing is one of the cannons on the back. The sword's a bit chewed up, but it's a great figure, and it's just part of my childhood, and it put a big smile on my face, just messing around with it. Transformers!
Hey.
Transformers Energon Hotshot, which is another Transformer from my childhood. And it's great. You've got the Infernal that can go with him, Dave.
I have.
It can do the whole power link thing and become pants or a jumper. So that's a brilliant figure. I also picked up Transformers Universe 2.0 Stormcloud, which is a black repaint of the Power Going Bold.
Well, you can't go wrong, can you?
You can't go wrong. So that'll go with my sub collection of
Nemesis Power Gun.
Yeah. That's a cool looking toy. I do like that one.
It's cool.
Is it just me or does it look like it's got boobs?
That's why I like it, Gareth. I'm not going to lie.
You know.
There we go. They're a bit droopy though, aren't they?
Yeah, but the nipples light up.
Yeah, it comes with age, Gareth, you know.
You know. You just got to appreciate the finer things. You got to be a collector. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I picked up a tiny little Nemesis Prime. which is it was supposed to be a blind box, but the person on the stall, he had it out obviously to show what these blind boxes contained. So I went and bought a blind box and just picked this up. And he went, "Do you not want the blind box?" "No, I want the Nemesis." So then he has to open another one. So I don't think I was too chuffed with that, but he got a sale. So well, that's quite a cool little figure though. It's quite a little posable. Awesome. And show up here. I got. Let's give me. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
Is that a Prime?
That's a Prime. That's a Nemesis Prime camera. And we know it, and it's completely. It's a proper one. It's Canon. So
It's a good-looking camera, isn't it?
a good-looking camera.
Yeah.
The times that I've been going to order one of those and then give you a shout.
But I've got about where I work. They've got them there, and I keep meaning to buy. Well, every time I go to a convention, I see one. I go, I can get it cheaper at work. But this one was cheaper than work, so I jumped at it. So, because I think work gets enough out of me, not getting my money as well when I can help it. Anywho, back to the slides. Yay! Next. There we go, and we got ourselves another Nemesis, which was, this is, so back to me. Hi. The MP1B, which is the black version of the first ever Masterpiece mod. So I'm looking forward to getting this big boy out. It comes with all these bits, comes with a little Energy on Axe Matrix, ion cannon, a little Megatron gun, and it also comes with a booklet. On the back of that booklet, it's got like pictures of all the other Nemesis Prime toys they had at the time. So that'll be a little.
Genuinely forgotten how big Masterpiece Transformer boxes are. They're huge, aren't they?
Well, this is one of the. Well, this is bigger than MP10, isn't it? This one.
Yeah.
So this is. It's awesome. Can't wait to get it.
You need to put it next to the cat, Lee, so we can see how big it is.
Yeah, cat's nice. What do you do? Make yourself useful. Size comparison.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Good cat.
Yeah. Get back on your window, you.
Do you have a cat that's red and blue as well?
Red and
No, it's a Nemesis.
Just Nemesis cat, that's it.
Yes, that cat was red and blue, but I dyed it black.
It's got the teal eyes as well, the green eyes.
Oh, I'm going to have to get a teal collar now. You got that idea in my head now, Frank. Emma's not going to appreciate that. Right, back to the slides. Because we're not done yet, we've still got more. On Saturday night, I cannot remember the chap's name. Oh, do underneath written down because it's on the back of this book. But they was handing out these little booklets, and I think these are absolutely awesome because inside the booklet is. You got like the artwork, toy, like the G1 cartoon, specs, bios, like even step-by-step instructions of the toys. You can't see it because there's a light. And it's just, I think this is amazing for all sorts. I think this is good. How he gaslights everyone. The same Megatron was always a tank. But I think that's absolutely. And it's just all the G1 toys. Apparently, this is. I think he said this was just like a a sample. I'm sure I was half drunk at the time we were talking about it. He said something about he's got a book that thick with them all in. So, but that is a brilliant bit, and I'm looking forward to looking through that. Back to the slide. Another little pickup was this, like, little triple changer. It is a headmaster. Oh, I'm going back and forward this one. Little Nemesis headmaster, which transforms into the truck. And the a little Nemesis Prime as well. I thought that was cool. Got that from Prime Time. Awesome thing. And the this is going to be the last thing coming up next. Was the biggest shock. I weren't expected to pick this up, but I'm kind of happy I did, because the more I mess with it, the more I like it. It's a Mickey Mouse Transformer.
Wasn't expecting that.
Because you can't go wrong with a black Mickey.
And I'm just, Boff pointed it out. He sent me a message saying, I've seen this. Are you interested in this? And at first I was like,
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
but the more I play with it, the more I like it. And I just think it's cool. That's probably my highlight.
What are you doing, Lee? Buying weird shit's my thing.
I thought I would join in on the fun. And it's just, I think it's ace. That was the last thing I purchased before I came home, and
It's not a bad likeness, but it's got a lot going on around the back.
That's got a lot going on around the back, hasn't it? But
Those wings, can he fly?
He could do what he wanted, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe a mouse can fly.
I've got the Donald Duck one to go with it.
Yeah, but it's not black, is it? Sorry, I picked up. But
Gareth can paint things for you.
Yeah, there you go. I might have to pick up the Donald Duck one, because I did think I would be interested in that. But even like the truck board, it's awesome. It's just, I don't know. I'm digging myself in a hole here, but it's great. And I'm looking forward to doing a video on that. So yeah. But
I do like it. I do like it, to be honest, Lee. It's weird. I like weird.
It's so I just like, because it's like, you know, them figures that you get, like all black and white, the Low and Hardy ones that we've shown on one of our earlier shows. I just like that it's just got that black and white grey effect. Obviously, it's to represent Mickey Mouse in his first cartoon, Steamboat Willie, innit?
That was a boat.
Or whatever. It's Mickey Mouse. He can do what he wants. But yeah, that's my pickups.
There you go. Just a few black primes there, then.
Just a few black primes. Can't go wrong with a
The
black
collection continues to grow. Good stuff. Right. With that done, it's time to move on to a bit of pick your own. I'll pick your own this time around. We will be picking the best modern updates. So, who are we going to kick off with? Let's pick on someone. Gareth, let's pick on you.
Oh, did it have to be me?
What's your best modern update? Just give us your best one. We'll do honourable mentions at the end. Oh, just the best one first.
Well, I feel like it's a little bit duh. And I told you I were going to pick this anyway, but it's like, what else could it be?
Duh. It's not black.
Hey.
Wrong colour.
It is what it is, it is the best update of a vintage toy. It looks like a vintage toy. It's just got modern articulation. It's everything it needs to be. And yeah, I do have an honorable mention.
Yeah, it's sort of just barely an update, isn't it?
Well, it is an update. It is an update.
Yeah.
But it still looks like the original toy. I mean, I've got an Origin Skeletor downstairs. I could have picked that, but it's not as good as this. This is better.
So no, that's your choice. You stick to it. By all accounts, the Missing Link Prime is very good.
Yeah, it is what it is. So sorry, it's a very short conversation. Yes, I win.
And I'm sure the time will come when Lee can tell us how good it is in black as well.
Yeah,
it's not going to be long, is it?
I think that choice though, they gave fans exactly what they wanted.
Yeah,
the yellow
I didn't even know. I didn't even know
that. The windows, the articulation, the fact that he can hold a gun exactly how he should do, not at the side.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. When they announced that, I was like, "Really? People want an original Prime with bendy knees? Seriously? Who's going to go for this?" And then it landed, and I saw a video, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's." To
be honest, just incorporating the fists into the transformation is a game changer, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're not going to lose your fists.
No. And I'm so pleased because we do have good uses for hands, don't we?
That's it. You never want to lose a fist.
No.
Although some toys come with loads of fists. Let's put it that way.
Too many. So
exactly, too many.
Particularly Superman. I mean, why does he need 4 fists?
Do some super fisting.
Next.
Anyway.
We were all thinking it, but Dave went there. Good night, everyone.
Let's get back on topic. Lee, do you want to have a go?
What, a fisting?
Best, maybe later. Best modern update.
Right. Well, I'm going to stick with the Prime theme, and this is the best modern update that I own. And that is the Transformers Legacy Armada Optimus Prime. Because it gives us a Armada Optimus Prime super mode with bendy legs. Because the original one, it was just like a clamshell that had a specialized motor gimmick. It didn't have the bendy legs, and the articulation was probably just as good as the original Optimus Prime toy itself. And this one it does what it takes away the sound and all that gimmick, but what it gives us instead is so much better. And I will be getting the black of this as well when it comes out.
Of course.
You can't help yourself, Lee, anymore.
I can't. Yeah.
It's an affliction.
It's both a gift and a curse.
Right. I'll go next.
This was another one that when they announced it, I was like, but who wants this? Because nobody likes Armada toys. And apparently you like Armada toys.
I'm excited to see what Prime Dave chooses.
So, pick your own is what's your favourite modern Optimus Prime toy?
There you go. I'm sure Rudy hasn't picked a Prime. I trust Rudy. I'll go next then. Let's see. Is it a Prime? It's not. But it's a fairly obvious choice for me, to be honest. It's Studio Series 86 Retgar, the Nipply Boy himself. Fantastic update. The G1 Retgar toy, let's be honest, was not great. And this is fabulous. And modern Transformers can be a bit of a mixed bag. Some of them aren't so good, but this one is a very, very good one. Posable nipples and all. And I am really pleased with him. So it's not a Prime. There you go, Rudy.
Still a Transformer, though.
It's on
It is.
brand.
It is. I have made sure for my honourable mentions to not bring any more Transformers to give a bit of variety to proceedings. You'll be pleased to hear. So, Rudy, give us your pick. Best modern update.
I have gone for Buggy Robo from Action Toys. So here's a
Cool.
modern update of the GoBots Buggy Man. So he is now kind of in between Masterpiece scale and, I don't know, Legends, but he now has incredible amounts of articulation and much more heft. And they included a Ghetto Blaster to go on the back of his buggy mode, which turns into his missile.
Excellent.
And all the little signature bits, his 08 from his bonnet on the original beach buggy bit. Huge fan of GoBots am I, or Machine Robo, or Robo Machine, or Challenge of the GoBots, whatever you want to call it. And I just think this is one hell of a modern update.
That is a really nice looking figure.
It does look good.
It grows in it goes a really big vehicle. You wouldn't think that like a giant, but all that can turn into a much bigger car.
Does it have any die cast in it?
You're obsessed with diecast, Gareth.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like Transformers as good as that. I know it's a GoBot, not a Transformer. I just think they should have some die cast in them.
Bear with caller.
Analysis in progress.
Toes.
It does here. That's die cast. The legs are die cast.
Yeah.
And the bonnet is die cast.
It counts.
But it will be because it's like so. Action Toy. I think Action Toys is owned by Bandai, and being Bandai that did the original Robo Machine Robo toys, there's going to be die cast.
Cool.
They just don't. Action Toys don't make anymore though. They did a selection of figures and then they stopped doing them, which is really sad because they're incredible toys. It just that Transformer fans seem to detest GoBots.
I don't mind GoBots really.
Only the stupid ones.
They're the best. The stupid ones.
Well, you would say that, wouldn't you, Lee?
I think, yeah. To some people, it's just a bit of fun, isn't it, to mock the GoBots?
Oh, yeah,
It's just a
for
bit of silliness.
Of
Some
course.
people are very serious about their hatred for GoBots. But yeah,
In some ways,
I don't mind them. I
be
think they're all right.
one side fully into it, or the other side, I hate them with a passion. No in between.
Yeah.
I just like converting robot toys, regardless of where they come from.
Any transforming robot could be a transformer as long as you got toy hacks.
And it comes in black.
And it comes in black.
With a teal stripe.
Or a teal stripe. Red windows, it's got to be a chuck.
Not a storm cloud, no, not a plane.
Maybe some mouse ears. You got yourself a perfect toy.
All right, shall we have a go at some honourable mentions?
We can do.
Rudy, as you're on the screen, do you want to give us your honourable mentions? I was taking you off now.
I'll put it back on the screen.
T800 from NECA, which is my honourable mention, which is a modern update of the 18-rated Kenner Toys for Kids T800. How on earth they made Terminator figures in 1992, is it? For kids, I will never know. But yeah, this beautifully homages that original toy and just brings it into, the modern age.
That's cool. I've never seen that one before. I didn't know they'd done that one.
So they did a range of, I should have grabbed the others. So they do T1000 that changes from black into like blue, translucent in heat. And they do like a gold T800 endoskeleton. They only did a handful. I think they did like 4 figures in the line.
Very good.
Nice.
I only picked one honourable mention. Sorry.
Just the one honourable mention. Right,
Alright,
cool.
right.
Let's move on to someone else.
I thought my internet froze for a second there.
Do you want to go, Lee?
I don't actually have any honourable mentions. Unfortunately.
You lot of rubbish. Gareth, you got any?
I have, yes. I just bought it today.
Ooh.
And I thought that will come in handy because that is a very, very good update to a vintage toy. It's the Bat Boat.
Nice.
Now, I don't know if you remember the original Corgi toy. It was just a black plastic boat with a red plastic fin. Well, this is actually a bit of die cast. Strangely enough, it's got wheels on it, but it's all in metallic blue. It's got a really nice decal on the side of it there and looks just like it did in the show. So that's what I'm going with. I think that's really good.
It's got wheels, so you can push it
Yeah.
along.
Yeah. Well, the original Corgi one, it came with a trailer, didn't it? A trailer to put it on so you could hook it up to the back of the Batmobile. But yeah.
I don't know.
That's nice, is that?
I don't know why then my brain just went trailer, both pull trailers.
And if you want another one just for a laugh, and I had to pick this up just for the funnies.
Wicked.
Yeah, that was my reaction when I saw it.
That's so good.
That's terrifying.
It might not be an update of an original toy, but it's close enough for this discussion, I think.
Yeah, help yeah.
There you go. That's all I've got for today. Go away.
All
Hold
right.
the phone, people. Hold the phone.
Well, I've got
Oh,
some honourable
goodness.
mentions for you then. Here
Dave
we go.
knows in 10 out.
Yeah, I've got a few. I've gone for it. DC Direct Dr. Fate. He's very cool, and he's got a Banana Man-like colour scheme. I love him.
Looks like Banana Man.
Super Sevens version of 2003 Donatello. Absolutely awesome figure. Love that. Boss Fight Studios Bruiser the Berserker Baboon from Bucky O'Hare. He's a really heavy figure. You could knock someone out with him. I do like him. I'm not threatening anyone, but you could. And then Masterverse Battle Cat, because everybody knows I bloody love this thing. Just a nice, chunky, articulated tiger. Woo! He's cool. That's my honourable mentions. Done. You need me, you call me.
Very nice.
I do like that Battle Cat, but I do feel the original one just got more character. I don't know why, because it's got no posability whatsoever. It's just a lump of plastic.
It has got character.
charm.
It's nostalgic, isn't it? It's
Yeah. And they made a brass version of it. Oh,
There's the other one I forgot to pick up. I did have it ready, but I didn't grab it in time. We've got Diamond Select, Real Ghostbusters, Egon Spengler.
very cool.
Nice.
and ridiculous money on the aftermarket now.
It's my biggest fail, I think, because I only ordered one from like Zavi, of all places.
How did you actually get it?
I like day one, I pre-ordered it as soon as they went up.
You were so lucky to receive a pre-order from Zavi.
Yeah, I know. This is why it's a fail, because they were $24.99.
Yeah,
Zavi. I should have just done all four.
yeah.
Boom, £100. That would have been fine. Idiot. But like, well, the way I collect is I'm not a completionist. The only thing I've ever completed is Defenders of the Earth from NECA, because I like every single character. But yeah, most of the time I just don't like every character, and I don't feel the need to buy whole lines of toys. So I just go for one or two, usually a goodie and a baddie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just massively regret doing it because they're ridiculous money now, and I mean ridiculous money.
Yeah, and they're not going to do them again now since they've gone bust.
Yeah, and Mondo have taken over, kind of doing that aesthetic. The
Yeah.
other day, I got offered the glow. Well, you love it, the glow in the dark 4-pack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like, oh, you can take it off my hand if you want for 300 quid. And I'm like, hang on, I haven't got 300 quid. I'm like, how much did you get it for? So I obviously didn't get it for 300, did I? But am I going to regret that? Is it going to end up going to 600? If
do you have
No
300
regrets
quid lying around spare at the moment?
Yeah, I do not. If I did,
There you go.
I'd be tapping up the snow cap from HasLab if I had 300 quid.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's not a decision you can regret.
Yeah.
Not,
I wouldn't regret it. There'll always be another figure coming out.
Yeah. I've always thought that mentality is if I can't afford it, I can't get it.
Yeah.
I like so many toys. I like so many franchises. There's so much I adore that I'll just choose the next thing.
There'll always be something else.
Yeah.
There'll always be something else. It might not be that, but there'll be something else that you want just as much. And it'll arrive at a time when you've got the spare money.
Well, never. I'm just renovating my garden. I've got no money.
He's got kids. All right. There we go. That was Pick Your Own. Lots of cool choices there. Next, let's move on and have some discussion time, shall we? Right. We'll ask Rudy, as this was your idea, Rudy, just give us a little rundown of what your thinking was on this discussion.
Well, I like a bit of nostalgia. I like to be reminded of kind of how things used to be back when I grew up. And a lot of those thoughts and emotions drive how I collect. So I just thought it'd be fun to think back because I was born in 1978. I know Gareth is much younger than that. And obviously Lily's younger than that. Oh, really? Okay.
I'll take the compliment though. 83. I'm an 83 baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we would have grown up with mostly the same kind of like toys and shows and ideals, but we obviously grew up in different parts of the country, so our regional television stations would have been different. So I might have watched whatever, but it might not have been shown in, West Country or Yorkshire, Tyne Tees channels. So yeah, and just what we did, what cereal we ate. Did we sit in front and watch Going Live, waiting for, the cartoon to come on? Did we flip through the channels, hoping to come across Dungeons and Dragons? Or yeah, that was my kind of thought. And then like an add-on to that was, for me, I would watch that cartoon in the morning, and then in the afternoon, it would be the hope that I could go and take my pocket money and go and buy a toy. And that cartoon I probably watched in the morning would probably be the toy I bought in the afternoon, but not all the time. I usually would get to the toy shop and I'd come back with Lego.
Your family must have been loaded.
Lego was a bit different back then, though, wasn't it?
You know what? Lego,
Yeah.
to just go and buy one of those like small sets, like one of the town sets or a small like space bin, was probably like £5. To buy a combiner limb from Transformers was easily £4.75, or a Musk, like one of the motorcycles, was probably like £5. I had £1 pocket money, I think, in the mid 80s, late 80s, and I'd save them all up across the month, and then at the end of the month, I'd go with my £4 saved up and the lawn mowing money, and I'd have literally £5 to go and create pocket money memories. And my dad worked all week, so he did a Monday to Friday job. My mum worked on the weekends, and she worked I feel like it was like Mothercare or Adams or somewhere in the Manda Centre, which was like the shopping mall in Wolverhampton. And there is a ton in the 80s of like places to buy toys. You could buy toys in like Boots and Woolworths and the department store and Zodiac Toys and this incredible place called Jolly Giant, which was kind of like Toys R Us.
Yeah, I remember Jolly Giant.
Yeah, I would literally go there like 4:30 in the afternoon because my mum finished at like 5. My dad would purposely drive there because there was a World of Leather, and my dad was obsessed with like buying leather jackets in the 80s. So we'd have to go to World of Leather and then go to Jolly Giant. So like I have this memory of the smell of leather joined in with going to choose whatever a Micro Machines Travel City or whatever a Turtle on my Saturdays. But it was all informed by what I watched Saturday morning.
All right, cool.
Yeah, if we didn't go to the shops or to the toy store, I would be Saturday afternoon watching the Black Vehicle of the 80s, whichever Saturday that would be. So it'd either be Street Hawk, Airwolf, or Knight Rider.
18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be there with, probably eating oven chips and just sitting there watching those kind of TV shows.
Yeah, I definitely remember going live. I didn't like. I think there was some variety to what I did on my Saturday mornings, but if I was just gonna get up and watch TV, then it was gonna usually be going live that was on the telly, and we'd get to see Gordon the Gopher with Philip Schofield and Sarah Green, and then Trev and Simon swinging their pants, and Peter Simon running the risk, someone getting gunged, and all of that kind of stuff. And of course, that was the home of shows like Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, Defenders of the Earth, which you've already mentioned, Rudy, and all those awesome shows. But then when I did go out into town on a Saturday, I wouldn't really buy any of those things. Funnily enough, we'd usually pop into Uncle Arthur's, which was a little toy shop on the bottom of the moor. They had a bit of a variety, but mostly what I remember from there was picking up the larger die-cast cars, and usually a Lamborghini, which I absolutely loved. So again, you'd save up your money, or you'd just see things and point them out and get them on your Christmas list or birthday list and that sort of thing. And then we had Rumbelows, had quite a selection in those days, and Debenhams had a good toy selection as well. And then we had the main event for us was always Woolworths. We'd go in Woolworths in the cafe, which had like the beige tables with the orange plastic chairs, and you'd queue up and you'd pick which food you wanted as you went along, and then pay at the end. And they had like a sort of half wall around the cafe, so you could see out, you could peer over the wall and see the toys, or at least a good selection of the toys. The toys were like half of the shop in those days, and it was quite a big Woolworths, but the toys were a large part of it. And so you could sort of see the first couple of rows of the toys and look into it. And I remember for my kind of core toy buying period, if you want, when I was in that age that I really, really wanted to get all the toys, about half of the toy selection was Micro Machines, because they were just huge in their day. And so that was what I usually ended up getting. The little packs of 3 cars. I don't know how much they were, but I remember that they were a pocket money item. And so you just go in with your bit of pocket money that you've saved up. You get a few cars, take those home and add them to the collection and play around with those on the carpet. And then birthdays and Christmas would be when you'd get the playset to go with them. So that was my main toys. And when the Transformers Micromasters came out, I got those and added them to my Micro Machines collection, really. And that was my main experience with the Transformers when I was young. Yeah. So what about you, Lee? I've been talking for a while.
One of my Saturday morning weekends always stands out is my dad used to work. Well, there was a time when my dad did work a few weekends, and I remember getting up, waking up, I hear him potter about, so I'll rush downstairs so I can get a cup of tea made by him. And then I'd sit there and watch classic Doctor Who on TV on UK Gold, which was usually I think sometimes it was Tom Baker, Peter Davison, John Pertwee. It's usually around that era it'll show. But for some reason it never showed the Dalek episodes.
I can tell you why.
Because they didn't have the rights, did they?
They didn't have the rights. Terry didn't have the rights to the Daleks. Yeah. So, if they were shown, they had to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just remember that. I remember getting a cup of tea and watching Doctor Who. And this was before the 2005 reboot. So but if it weren't that, most of our weekends would spent going around flea markets and car boots, and that's where we'd usually get all my toys, which was great. But some of back in the 90s, some of the stuff you found in car boots, it was brilliant. You didn't have none of this eBay or online, and you get really like G1 Transformers, because by the time 90s, most kids who had them in the 80s have grown out of them, and they want money, and they're selling their old toys, which was great for me. So yeah, that was most of my weekends. You don't get car boots like that anymore.
No, you don't. Doesn't happen anymore, does it?
No.
Mm.
So yeah, that was that's still my weekend memories.
The thing with car boots is it used to be that was how you would sell things, but now of course you've got eBay and everything. So yeah, so the car boots aren't going to be the same, are they?
No, it's true. It's true.
All right, Gareth, do you want to jump in?
Hey, can do. I wasn't fortunate enough to have a father at home bringing a wage in. So the household was pretty much run on what my mum drew. She stopped working when I was born, and because of that, the treats for me came at Christmas and birthdays. Didn't get anything really throughout the year until a certain age came where you got a little bit less for Christmas and birthdays, and it was seen that rather than pocket money, I didn't get pocket money, but she would buy things for me week to week. But it was obviously the cartoons on a Saturday morning. I do remember going live, but I've got stronger memories of Live and Kicking and Motormouth. If any of you remember those.
With Gabby Roslin.
Gabby Roslin and Neil Buchanan, Andy Crane, yeah. And obviously, Neil Buchanan went on to do Art Attack, and yeah, that a lot of my memories from childhood could go to Art Attack as well. I love that show. So yeah, we do the cartoons with the bowl of cereal and everything like that, and then down to the market, and it weren't always toys or anything like that, but she'd always make sure I got videos. I don't know if that's because she was like, oh, sod him off up to his bedroom and that'll keep him occupied for an hour and a half while he's watching the video. But I had tons and tons of videos, so I'd be able to watch these cartoons over and over again. There were Thundercats, I had a couple of Transformers ones, but I think at the time I only ever really watched Arrival from Cybertron. I had Turtles. I was never a big Turtles fan, but I did have How It All Began, and that got watched quite a lot, and I don't know why, because I never really liked it.
They're the best 5 episodes of the whole lot, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
it starts to get a little bit more slapstick and
Yeah,
wild, I think,
Yeah.
after. So then,
fair enough. Fair enough. But then we had all the Disney cartoons. So the ones that I would watch over and over again would be DuckTales, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, and Gummy Bears. Loved all them. Could never get Darkwing Duck on VHS. I don't know if it ever came out over here. So I ended up you know, Rudy. So when they did finally get round to re-showing those, I was sat there with a blank VHS, hovering over the record button and then pause when it came to the adverts.
I did
Oh dear.
exactly the same thing. The only way to see Darkwing Duck was on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I think it was on the Disney Club with Andrea Boardman and I can't remember like the other guy, because they were the only people showing those shows, and I loved Tailspin and Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck is hilarious. It's the most funniest
Fantastic.
show I've ever seen. It's super dark as well.
Can you still remember the code?
No.
Red and yellow and green and blue, orange and purple too.
I didn't expect to get singing this
Wow.
evening. Right.
There you go.
I'm sure Rudy knows exactly what I'm referring to though.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's an unlocked memory. Just
Yeah.
happened.
I don't know that I recorded a lot on VHS, but I definitely remember sitting with my dad's little old radio tape recorder and recording from the top 40 the songs that I liked. So when they announced the song, I like hit that record button. You had to press 2 buttons to record. It was one of them.
And
Play and record. Yeah.
in reference to the cereal, I always got super excited when my mum came back from like doing the weekly shop or whatever, and seeing what either Weetabix or cornflakes packets she'd got, because on the back of it there would have been something to do with something entertainment. It was either saving up tokens to get Transformers or Lego, or it'd be getting a Matchbox car, which we saved up tokens for a few things, but that took like a year.
Yes.
The best ones were where you opened up the packet, poured out your cereal, and out pops a little figurine of probably someone from the Dark Crystal.
Or Snap, Crackle and Pop.
Yeah, or what?
Tony the Tiger.
The Black Cauldron. I remember getting loads of like little plastic action figures of the Black Cauldron in my cereal. But then I loved getting toys in cereal.
Yeah.
Did
you ever get one of the plastic submarines?
That was going to be my next part. You put baking powder in the plastic submarine, and it good. That came in cornflakes.
Yeah.
If you didn't get a reflective bit to put on the spokes on your BMX
bike, on the bike,
you got a submarine.
Loved them.
Yeah, I remember the bike things. They were fun. Yeah.
You don't put plastic now in cereal.
No, because some children are stupid enough to choke on them.
Yeah. They don't even put sugar on cereal anymore. They discontinue all the good cereals from the 80s. That's what happened.
Do you know what my favourite was? Ricycle.
Yes.
Ricycle.
Justice for Captain Rick.
Indeed.
And there's an influence of him in the Cosmic Toyman.
Last year for my birthday, my friend got me some glow-in-the-dark original Captain Rick stickers.
Oh,
amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Captain Rick the show, everyone.
Yep.
Oh, do you know, is it Jada that have been doing those mascot figures?
Yes.
They've done a Tony the Tiger, and as soon as I saw that Tony the Tiger, my reaction was, do Captain Rick.
I was I saw the Frosties one about a month ago. It was at a toy fair, and I was just like, wow, who's making these? They're like 6 inches and fully like articulated with incredible packaging. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. I think it's because I didn't know enough about it. But yeah, really cool. I hope they do more characters. Sure.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I do miss Ricicles.
Yeah. Golden Grahams. I'm watching Live and Kicking eating Golden Grahams, waiting for the X-Men or Spider-Man to come on, or Gargoyles.
Or the Raccoons. Do you remember the Raccoons? Great show.
That's a very much a going live
Yes.
Cyril
mid-80s
Sneer.
Seriously, yeah.
thing. And then obviously a lot of these. This is
I think we may have lost Lee on this bit.
Sorry, Lee.
Sorry,
How
Lee.
old are you, Lee?
I'm 34.
When were you born, Lee?
1990.
Jesus.
He's just here to make us feel old, isn't he?
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I heard all your backs go crack.
Yeah. Well, I think my heel's just gone again.
But in the mid-90s, Channel 4 from like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sundays, they would show lots of older cartoons because they'd bought them up, so you could then see Jason the World Warriors again,
Right.
and a few other.
Was it Channel 4 that showed the Adam West Batman as well?
Yeah,
Reruns of that. I remember watching that.
because they'd obviously bought up all the stuff that BBC were no longer going to show anymore, since from the 80s, and then just had a cartoon block. I remember watching Tintin. I think the New Adventures of Tintin.
Yeah.
No,
I loved that
No.
show. No. Stop it, Gareth. No, I did. I absolutely loved Tintin. That was another one that I recorded off the TV, along with Sharky and George for some bizarre reason. I don't know if you remember that one.
the Crime Busters of the Sea.
See, yes.
Yeah.
They didn't make any action figures of that, though, did they? Really?
Not
No.
yet. Not
No.
yet.
Not yet.
No.
Do you know what? It's only a matter of time until a company says, "Do you know what? Let's have a go at this."
I think it's time.
There'll be some
And,
poor sucker that wants to get
CITV was Bangers and Mash. Do you remember Bangers and Mash?
those two
Yeah.
eights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cheap, badly drawn. Well, it had no background, did it?
No,
It was a white page with a couple of trees and then the characters.
Oh, so like modern manga then? I mean anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's much the same.
I don't think we'll ever get George action figures.
No, I don't think we will. It's probably for the best.
I think so.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. And another favourite of mine was Nightmare.
That was a great show.
Has anyone mentioned it in the
Very
chat?
good.
No. Nightmare was one that I couldn't miss.
I think Nightmare was like the build up to the weekend for me, because they always showed it on a Friday, didn't they?
That's right, yeah.
So yeah, I'd race home from school, do my homework on Friday really, really quickly, so I had the whole time like free. I was that loser who did, I wouldn't leave my homework until 7 o'clock on on a Sunday. I'd do it straight away because I knew I could watch Prince Valiant at 4:25 uninterrupted, and then Nightmare, and then movies, games, and videos at like 10 past
It's
5.
strange is that I never liked Prince Valiant.
Oh, I loved
think
it.
I think if I was to watch it now, I'd probably adore it. But at the time, it just didn't click. And it was one of those things I couldn't wait for it to end for the next show to come out.
Oh no,
We're diverging a bit now. We're on Friday night memories, but
I know.
Friday
Sorry.
nights for me,
That
not
just
every
happened.
Friday night, but some
That's
Friday
weird.
nights was video rental. Video rental Friday. Maybe
That's
once
the
a month was
blockbusters.
video rental Friday. There was a little, it was one of those Indian-owned corner shops down the road from us, and so you had the normal shop in the front, and then you'd go through a door at the back, video rental section. It's one of
Get it.
those.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
That sounds
it'd
like
be-
that was another
Yeah.
accountant type of job, does that?
It'd
Oh, you're
be
a
like
Well, would you like to come and see what I've got in the back?
Oh, yeah, we're going back to fisting here or what?
no. Yeah, so you'd have your dinner, then you'd pop down to the little corner shop. It wasn't far, 5-minute walk maybe, if that. And we'd nip in, we'd pick up a bottle of pop. That was our little treat, and find a video to rent, and then go home and watch it. And then obviously you make sure you rewind the video because you're respectful. We're not dicks,
Be kind and rewind.
And and you take your bottle back and get like your 5p back for the bottle.
See, I think that's
Well
where I
done.
got spoiled. I might not have got many toys throughout the year, but every week, without fail, it was the video shop on a Friday night, and I could get one full price rental, so whatever the latest films were that had hit VHS rentals at that point, and then they'd do like a 3 for whatever deal. I don't know if it was 3 for £5 or 3 for £3 or something like that. I could have 3 of those, and you'd get a week to watch them.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's I think that's probably where I was spoiled as a kid. And again, it was probably just so that my mum could shove me up into the bedroom, go watch your cartoons while I'm pottering around the house and doing whatever needs doing.
Yeah, we've got to keep little Gareth quiet. There he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something else that VHS was brilliant for as well. Because as a kid, it wasn't figures for me. As I've come back to diecast now, it's toy cars. Toy cars are what I played with as a kid. And the VHS, I would stand them up, sort of like double rows, and they would be the buildings at either side of the road. And my cars would then be pushed along down the street. And there'd be some parked up on the opposite side of the street facing the other way because, you know, roads have 2 lanes, don't they? Yeah, that was my childhood.
Yeah, I was a lot the same really, in that diecast was really my main thing.
Yeah.
Particularly
Well,
the
it
micro
was for
machines,
me.
but other like regular sized diecast,
I had a few of
and larger ones.
I'm gonna say I had a few of the bigger ones, but it were mostly the Matchbox size ones. Which nowadays Hot Wheels is the big name, but back then I think I had probably half a dozen Hot Wheels, whereas I had a bucket full of Matchbox type toy cars.
Yeah, I had a handful of Matchbox cars. I think I had some like Corgi hand-me-downs from my older brother.
Corgis, yeah, I had some Corgis. Corgi Juniors, the smaller ones. Yeah.
Indeed. And I
Yeah.
I remember having the diecast Thunderbirds toys, and I distinctly remember having a bucket that I kept them in that was a Thunderbirds bucket,
Oh, cool.
the decoration.
Very cool.
So I stored them in this Thunderbirds bucket. I don't know where the bucket came from. It may have been a seaside purchase or something, but that was my Thunderbirds.
Those will be
went
the
in my
Matchbox
Thunderbirds bucket and went
92,
away.
won't they?
There must be something like that. Yeah.
when it comes
They
to
were massive.
Matchbox,
Yeah.
I don't think I was in charge of choosing them. My dad was quite a big car fan, and he would get me Matchbox cars from here because he liked the car. When I went to go and choose one, I always wanted to get the Hot Wheels crack-ups, the bit where the panels
Yeah.
would change, and my dad would be like, you could see him get into panic zone because he wouldn't know anything about Hot Wheels, but because he knew Matchbox and he knew Corgi, he was like, that was his safe space. But when I showed him what like crack-ups could do, like he's opened wide, and we're like, wow, we can now do interactive play with you, as opposed to just having Matchbox cars that were to go onto display.
I look back, hindsight's a wonderful thing. There was no way that I could have known as a kid. But a lot of my cars came from my uncle, who's only maybe 10 years older than me, 8 or 10 years older than me. And he's always been a bit of a rogue, a bit of a Jack the Lad. And in hindsight now, knowing that then when I was getting these cars off him, it would have probably been 17, 18, 19, something like that. I do feel like I bet a lot of them just disappeared into his pocket in the shops. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a funny feeling that none of them were ever paid for. I daren't ask him after all these years. But yeah.
Oh dear.
And the other Saturday memory I have is when Transformers was obviously huge in 85, 86. Actually, a precursor to this, my mum would never take us to McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken ever until I only went there when I was like 18, because my mum preferred to cook, and she would always cook us like proper meals. We were never allowed to go to a fast food establishment. But because each Saturday you could get a different transforming toy of like the milkshake or the burger box, I pretty much barraged my mum and dad to take us to McDonald's at least once in that month to try and get one of those Happy Meal toys. The only time that I ate at McDonald's in the 80s was to get the burger that turned into a robot.
And to this day, they are still the best McDonald's toys ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
ever,
they're
ever.
very cool. Apparently, McDonald's is doing Hello Kitty Turtles crossover toys in the
Yeah.
Happy Meals.
Wow.
I saw
They
something about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big Turtles fan, and my daughter loves Hello Kitty, but I don't think we need them.
No. The thing is, though, they actually look pretty cool.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I
And
struggle.
one of my daughters, the last time they did some Hello Kitty McDonald's toys, she insisted on getting the whole set. And I daren't tell her about these because I think there's 12 of them.
Oh God. But yeah, the joy of getting a McDonald's toy that transforms is obviously in the throes of season 2 Transformers.
Ed's giving Wimpy a shout out. I definitely remember having birthday parties at Wimpy when I was a kid. Wimpy was big then. It's nothing now. There's a couple left, but it's nothing. But
I think there's one
Wimpy
where
was a real competitor for McDonald's, wasn't it?
Mhm.
I used to think as a kid that Wimpy was actually something to do with Popeye.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I honestly thought that Wimpy was the burger store from Popeye.
When you're everything's one-dimensional when you're a child. There's no thing that because it's the same name as something else. Everything is exactly the same thing.
Gap said nobody had a Mr. Blobby party. No, because the parties were for the entertainment of the children, not to terrify them.
Mr. Blobby, good grief.
Mr. Blobby got me in trouble once.
Go
Not
on
Mr.
then,
Blobby,
Lee. Tell us this story.
Tell us your sad story about Blobby then.
It weren't Blobby. It was a Blobby cake actually. Apparently, I got invited to a party, and I couldn't wait for him to cut the cake, so I just helped myself to it. Apparently, I cut the leg off and ate the leg.
Classic. Incredible.
So we've just got a one-legged Blobby cake now.
We've got one-legged Blobby cake.
Was this before the candles had been done and everything?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was fairly young. I don't remember it because every now and it's just one of those stories that every now and again got brought up by my mum. You got me in trouble once because you ate a bloody cake, Mr. Blobby cake. All right. Oh, no. I hope it was a good cake. I can't
She's
remember.
not over it then.
Well,
if she keeps bringing it up, mate,
It keeps her awake at night, poor woman.
I mean, to be fair, it's not keeping her awake now, but that's a different story altogether. But yeah, Mr. Blobby got me in trouble. He's a bloody bugger, that Mr. Blobby.
That was a Saturday tea time, wasn't it? Well, after tea time, I would say. Noel's house party. Loved that show.
Prime time.
Yeah, I remember that.
Loved that show.
Yeah, man.
Beatles
That time slot from like 5 to 7 is like
it was golden, wasn't it?
Yeah, through the different eras of through the different years.
Oh,
If
that
you
would
got
have been
that-
your
if you got that
Krypton
slot,
Factor
you were
time slot, that kind of
Guaranteed.
Yeah, Krypton Factor was one that I used to watch as well. Darling Buds of May. Was that Sundays?
As a Sunday evening bath time.
Sunday, wasn't it? Yeah.
No,
When I got old enough to be able to cook, then I would time a full English breakfast to be cooked just in time so that we could sit down, me and my mum, to watch Darling Buds of May with a full English breakfast. And it'd all be because at this point I'd started doing little odd jobs on the market and helping neighbours and earning pocket money that way. I would buy the sausage and the bacon from the butchers on the market as well, so it was always good stuff. It wasn't the supermarket crap. It was brilliant, was that?
Oh, it was a different time, wasn't it?
It was. Now
We used to have a
row.
row of shops. You'd have your butchers, your grocers, your bakers, everything.
Candlestick makers.
Yeah, or just on the street where we lived, we had like all the individual specialist shops.
We don't even have any now in our town.
which you could probably buy toys in.
Yeah.
So I remember just going down.
Yeah.
I lived in a tiny village, and the corner shop would probably have some sort of toys in there. I remember getting like my first Star Wars toy from like a newsagent's,
Yeah,
which was like
yeah,
Darth Vader for £1.29 or something like that. Really randomly, just I hadn't even
Yeah,
seen.
we
Star
had a
Wars.
newsagents that had a selection of toys in.
They'd just randomly be in there.
Yeah.
So I think our newsagents had those sort of like cheap plastic SWAT guns. You get a card and a gun, an ID, a badge, a police badge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was stuff
and
like
cuffs.
that they sold. Really cheap, crappy stuff with no brand name. Plastic knight sword and a shield at the side of it.
I feel like I know exactly what you mean. They did a spy one, which was like a briefcase, and it had
Those
like
sets were amazing. We should get those sets
Magic
and then go to
sets.
Comic Con and enter the cosplay competition.
Undercover policeman, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, magic sets and stuff like that. And the silly thing is, as a kid, I loved all that stuff. I lapped it up. And stationery with cool designs on it.
Yeah.
So I think I had some Thundercats pencils at some point.
Again, that's pretty much like a Saturday memory. Is that if we didn't go out like to whatever the park or something, you'd take a trip down to the newsagents because my dad would want to get something called a pink, which had all the football like results and stuff, and then I'd be and then my dad would be like, because I've dragged you to get this pink paper that they only sell in this one place, he'd be like, oh, do you want to go and choose a 50p toy or that?
See, where I did tend to get pocket money from was like if you haven't seen your grandparents for a while or your uncle for a while or a particular what you would probably thought of as a well-off neighbour or friend of your parents at some point, and they'd just stop and chat to your parents in the town, and then before they'd left, and because you'd been a good boy and you kept quiet while they were chatting, it'd give you £1.
They give you £1.
Yeah.
Is that what I did wrong then?
I remember my grandma would always give me the £1 surreptitiously and say, "Don't tell your dad I've given you that."
Yeah.
Not because she'd get in trouble, but because she didn't want your dad taking it off you.
They use it to buy whatever.
I don't think my dad would take it off me, and I'm sure he knew I had it. He's not some monster.
No,
it was just a funny thing. Don't tell your dad. Don't tell.
I mean, I can remember going to town one day with my grandma. That was a Saturday. And even no idea how I ended up with this. But as a child, she took me to town, and it was a stall on the market, and he was known for selling like the toilet rolls, the dishcloths, the washing up liquid, all that sort of stuff. But round the side, he had a load of toys hanging up on the side of his stall. And somehow I came away. I remember the gold packaging very well. It was the classics, Transformers Classics, Ironhide.
Nice.
Yeah, I have no idea why I picked that because I was never into Transformers as a kid. But I ended up with Ironhide, and I played the hell out with it. And I can tell you now who ended up with that off me. It was Ed. I kept it until many, many years later, and when I did get rid of it, Ed bought it. I think that was one of the first things he bought from me, actually.
So, Lee, what sort of toys were you playing with back in the day? Because you're a bit younger than us.
Like I say, it was just like I remember buying. I say second-hand Transformers, the odd G1. Power Rangers, that was quite popular on my list, sort of it, and just like Batman figures, Superman figures, Spider-Man figures, just pretty much whatever you can get at the time. I like when you talk about these news agents. I remember there was because it cost quite a bit, I think, because I remember it was one of those we sort of paid for it weekly to buy the full thing. I remember like one to go it, and it was a box set, but it had like a big SWAT bag, and it was like 4 figures. and they had like all the weapons. It weren't off any. I don't think it was off any particular show. I think it was just figures, but it was a really cool set. I remember playing with that.
Something like that.
But and then I remember they also did like a very similar styles, like a moon buggy, and you had 3 astronauts and an alien, and it was just. I just remember playing with stuff like that, and then you only then get into Pokemon cards. That'll be the next big thing. Yeah, it's just sort of like I said, grandparents used to go up, get a pound every time we went up to see them. And at one point, he got rather a pound, or sometimes they bought us a like a die-cast car. Not it weren't Hot Wheels size. It was like a little bit bigger. So that's yeah, like I say, it's just those fond memories, isn't it?
Yeah. I remember going to visit my grandparents on my dad's side, particularly. Sunday would be when you'd go and see your grandparents because all the shops were closed. And my grandma had always made cake, and my granddad always was sat in his chair and he had a yo-yo next to him. He just kept the yo-yo there, and every week we went, I'd play with the yo-yo with him. It's such a simple thing, isn't it? But yeah, he used to love playing with his yo-yo and showing me how to do it. We had fun. Funny little memories you have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now they have to have tablets and iPhones in order to get the kids to interact, the grandkids to interact with them.
Don't be silly, grandchildren don't interact with people these days.
Adults don't really. Adults don't interact much either.
You know, you'll take my daughter to see her grandparents, and she'll be just on the floor.
It's awful, isn't it? It's awful.
But that was the thing is we just have one screen in our house. That was all we got.
Yeah.
And so if you were watching something, you were probably all watching it together.
Here's to allude to TV screens and grandma. If we went round to my grandma's at lunchtime, I would always be super excited because grandma had a massive TV. Like we had a 14-inch portable TV in our lounge, which we had for years until we rented one in like 1989. But yeah, going round to grandma's house, especially around 1 o'clock, because I could watch Starfleet on big telly. She had one of those giant.
Andy, you said Starfleet.
Yeah.
I think Andy's gone.
He's gonna wet his pants. Yeah. I knew that if it was around 1 o'clock, I could sit in grandma's lounge and watch Starfleet on the big telly, which was probably like a 40-inch giant wooden backed TV from like 1980.
Put your hands up if you were the TV remote control.
Yes. Well, I'm the youngest child, so yes. I remember we got a colour TV later on, but we had a black and white TV, and it was you actually had to turn the dials and everything. That was amazing.
I had that. When we finally got a colour TV, which was a small portable TV, when we finally got a colour TV, that black and white TV became mine up in the bedroom. Yeah. And the times
every time you wanted to watch another channel, you didn't just press the button to change the channel. It's like radio tuning in.
And I used to try. I'd be there with my ear against the speaker, listening to see if I can tune into any spy frequencies. I had a brilliant imagination as a child.
Oh dear. I remember as well something else we did on Saturday mornings. If we didn't want to put the telly on, my dad had a massive record player that was sort of in an alcove set back in the living room. So there was a fireplace in the middle. There was an alcove on that side with this massive record player, and an alcove on that side where the TV and stuff was. And then, so we used to sit and me and my brother would get my dad's LPs out and put them on, and it'd be things like Dire Straits or Queen or Fleetwood Mac, things like that. We just put the records on and have a dance around the living room and mess around. Because, we were young and we had energy. And my dad had quite good taste in music, really, so it was good fun.
Sounds like it. Queen, Dire Straits, Fleetwood Mac. Best of the best, those.
And then 2:15 would come on and be like, Dad, I need to watch The Vehicle That's Black, Fighting Crime.
Because you can't go wrong with a black vehicle.
Well, I know.
Absolutely.
Motorbikes,
Someone just put
helicopters,
50p in, Lee.
cars, a boat in the 90s driven by a wrestler.
Oh, dear. I remember watching snooker on a black and white TV.
On BBC Two. You know what?
Thank the Lord for commentary.
Yeah.
Saturdays is not about toys or cereal or pop music. It is about sport. As soon as 12 o'clock, sport on every bloody channel.
See, when you don't have a dad at home, that's not a thing.
Yeah. On BBC One, you've got Grandstand. On BBC Two, you've got Grandstand to show the things that they can't show on BBC, One. On ITV, you've got wrestling. On Channel 4, you've got horse racing. That's Saturday done. Sport.
Yeah.
Yes, I wasn't ever interested in any of that.
No.
I never had to tolerate any of that. Although when I was old enough to actually watch it myself, I would watch snooker. Because I did enjoy a bit of snooker.
On BBC Two, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Saturday. Well, whenever it was on, because it'd be on all throughout the week, wouldn't it? Is it the Embassy Cup or something that used to be the big one? I think every year. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of that, but that's probably past childhood, is that? Past childhood.
I used to have books for when my mum was watching the soaps.
Comics for me.
That was, yeah.
Comics. Beano and Dandy. Mostly Beano. And those would mostly come as well from car boot sales and charity shops. And mostly car boot sales and the second-hand market on a Friday, because you'd get a big pile for a couple of quid. And my mum would quite happily fork for that because it would keep me quiet for hours.
Yeah, I used to like the Beanos and Dandies and those, what were they called? Is it Choose Your Own Adventure?
Oh, right, yeah.
Do you remember those books?
Yeah.
The greatest book ever made. Always used to
Mr.
get
Livingston.
the library.
Mr. Livingston was behind that, wasn't he? Ian? Sir Ian Livingston?
And Steve Jackson.
Steve Jackson's the other guy, with a pair of them, wasn't it? Didn't one of them have something to do with Games Workshop?
I feel like didn't he pen a good couple of stories for them?
Right, okay.
And some of the artwork got used for.
Okay. I didn't know if you had something to do with the actual company and the startup of it. One of them. But yeah, it's. I mean, they ended up doing all sorts as well. Flight and Fantasy, wasn't it? That's what it was. Fighting Fantasy. But there were loads of others. Even Doctor Who did a range of them. I think there were 3 or 4 of them, and it was the 6th Doctor. Choose Your Destiny.
Which one's the 6th Doctor?
Colin Baker.
Rainbow coloured coat.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't remember which ones I had of those Choose Your Own Adventures. There was one that was definitely about robots that was a favourite, but I can't remember the name of it.
I feel like I had one that was about car racing or rally racing, and I got it or I got gifted it because it had the Lancia wheeljack car on the front cover.
Yeah. But they were really fun. If you want to buy another Black Prime, go to page 64.
Oh, it's out.
He's there flicking through.
No. I'll just
You roll your dice, you turn the page, and it's like, oh, sold out to pre-order.
Ah,
But you can get one on eBay at the scalper's price.
that's the bad ending.
If you roll a 6 and turn to page 78.
Awesome.
All right. We should probably think about wrapping up soon. Has anybody else got any memories that they desperately want to share before we do?
Well, before you do, was it Robot Commando? On the front cover, was it a big red robot fighting a T-Rex?
I don't think there was a T-Rex on it. I don't
No.
know. I'll look it up later.
Are you just Googling Choose Your Own Adventure now? Absolutely.
He can't even finish a stream, can he? He just has to.
I need to know right now. I need to get them in the shop.
Oh, no.
Every time Gareth sees one of those books now, he's going to send me a photo of it. Was it this one?
Just say, oh, is that the one with the glow in the dark cover? And they'll be like, what, where?
What? Oh, glow in the dark ones. Anyone would think that I like to glow in the dark stuff the way that you're going on about it tonight.
I don't know where they'd get that impression, Gareth.
Even your t-shirt looks like it glows in the dark.
It looks that way, but it doesn't. But it looks like Skeletor. That's why I like it.
I'm like, I love glow in the dark toys, and I don't have enough. I'm just looking over at my glow in the dark He-Man, and I'm just like, why haven't I not got more glow in the dark figures?
Gareth, help a man out. Come on.
Never mind. Have you invested yet in some UV lights to put in some cabinets?
I don't
It
even
really
have cabinets.
makes them pop. Well, even above your shelf.
I don't even have shelves anymore.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I've had to put half my collection in storage because I've run out of space, and
Right. Okay.
with a 2-year-old who's very inquisitive,
True.
I haven't had a chance to kind of teach what is the etiquette in certain toys.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a glow in the dark toy.
Can't go wrong.
No, it's just they stopped making them, didn't they, for years and
They
years?
have, haven't they?
Yeah, it's like they come and go. Like in the 80s, there was loads of glow-in-the-dark toys, and then in the 90s, not so much.
No,
And then
everything went neon in the 90s.
Yeah, and then 5 or 6 years ago, yes, we're bringing out glow-in-the-dark stuff, and then now it's kind of faded away again.
Well, you still get the Super 7 stuff, variants of figures they've already done at
Mm-hmm.
prices. But, yeah. I can't bring myself to be spending 60 and 70 quid a time on these ultimate figures just because it glows in the dark.
No, I can't but they're great.
There's been so many I've been tempted. I'm probably going to end up buckling and getting that Mars Attacks Martian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that looks incredible. And I like Mars Attacks. And the packaging looks good and everything looks so good about it.
You've got to really then, Gareth, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've managed to hold off on any Godzillas because there's so many. I'm sorry, I'm not buying 56,000 glow-in-the-dark Godzilla figures. I'd love to, but I've got nowhere to put them.
No, there's not enough room for all the toys. Is there? It's not fair.
There's not enough money. There's not enough room. Definitely not enough room. I ain't got room for the toys I've got. Like Rudy, a lot of them are in storage, which is sad, really.
It becomes a chore when you have too many, really. Trying to keep them all dust-free.
Yeah.
We can always come to the shop and buy some and take some off my hands.
I'll just make that 400-mile journey. So I'm coming to
just a little bit too far for me.
All right.
Yes. Oh well. It'd be remiss of me to say that we have a website. That's not what I'm here for tonight, though.
Always pimping your wares.
Yeah.
Got to be
You
done.
don't do a bad job.
All right. Well, I think we've done with that discussion. That was a good one. Thank you for that, Rudy. That was a good idea.
Welcome.
Yeah. So all that remains is to say thank you to Rudy and Gareth for coming on tonight. It's been a really good show. Rudy, tell us where we can find you on the interwebs, please.
You can find me on YouTube. You can watch my latest video. I haven't made content for a year and a half, so this is my first video in that, and it's a look back at what I've been buying and the reasons why. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram if you want to chat all things toys or nostalgia. Or serious.
And your YouTube address is on the screen there, I see. So
Literally just my name.
just go there.
But I go by the name of the Science Fantasy Experience as well.
And Gareth, what have you got going on?
I've always got something going on. Videos on YouTube, updates for the shop via Instagram and Facebook, and you'll find us as Cosmic Toy Man or Cosmic Toys pretty much everywhere.
Good stuff.
Brilliant.
All right.
Thank you for the enthusiasm, Lee.
Lee, have you got anything you want to say before we finish?
You can't go wrong with a black glow-in-the-dark toy. Can you get black glow-in-the-dark toys?
Black glow in the dark.
I don't want to say it doesn't exist because everything pretty much exists, but I don't know how that would work.
I guess you
You've
get a
got-
black toy with glow in the dark accents.
You got black light. You got black lights, have you? They show up everything.
But black light's a bit different to glow in the dark, isn't it?
It glows in the dark. It
Technically
glows in the
speaking.
dark. No, it does not glow in the dark.
It glows in a black light.
All right. Well, thank you everyone in the chat for tuning in. Pleasure having you with us as always. It's been really fun. We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time for a bit more of this nonsense.
Oh, look at that. Let's get that going. Oh, I
What have you done?
will.
That's black light, Lee.
It's too late for this. Oh, 1 sec. Look at that.
There we go.
That's black light for you.
That's
I just
beautiful. You can't go wrong with a black light.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye bye now.